So, let's talk about housing and how we may be able to fix it. So let's just get into it. So, housing. One of the, bigger issues that have anything to do with Final Fantasy XIV is the housing. There's always somebody complaining about housing because there's never enough of it. And I get what they were trying to go for. I really do. I understand the concept of we're going to put this in the game. Not everybody's going to be able to do it. It's going to cost a lot of money, time, and effort to try and get one. And they've done things to make it better. I'm pretty sure somewhere I read where I guess you could buy like multiple plots. And I think they've taken that ability out now. If I was reading things properly, I could be wrong. Somebody else could tell me I'm wrong. If that's the case, then if not, that's something they need to do. But pretty sure you're limited to one house now, because I was reading a thing somewhere where somebody was complaining that 2 people went through an entire ward and bought every single house available in that ward. And it was on a really, really low pop server, and the ward had apparently been empty for a good long while as it was. So, I understand the complaint, but at the same time, it wasn't being used. Somebody wanted to use it anyway. But, point is, housing is an issue. There's like a housing crisis in the game, and how do we fix it? So I've got up here on the screen, I've got the lavender beds. This is not where I normally go to. This just happened to be where I was standing closest to when I logged in. But we're looking at the lavender beds, and we're just going to do some assessments, some looking into things real quick. So when you go to the housing, it's got quite a bit of housing available for players. You've got 18 wards total, with a total of 60 plots, which is roughly around 4,320-ish actual plots altogether. Unfortunately, I didn't go through and count how many of different sizes there are, but, that's plots in total. Each ward is divided into 2 sections, with about 30 plots each. And, generally 4,320 some different plots. There's enough for quite a few people to have, but apparently it's just not enough, And the whole point of this is to discuss why. So, if you've got any, anything that you want to say about it, you can always type it down in the comments. We can talk about it down there. But here's my thoughts on it and how we can do it. Right now we've got Ward 2 up of the lavender beds, plots 31 through 60. And if you look at it, you might notice something. If you don't notice it right off the bat. What is it? Free companies. Now, having free company housing, I think, is an amazing thing. Don't get me wrong. I love the fact that they even have player housing to begin with. However, if we go over here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Those are 11 free companies out of 30 spaces for people in this particular ward, and that's just one. That's almost half of all those plots are taken by free companies. And that, I think, is where a huge problem is. And the only reason I even thought about it was a friend of mine in game was trying to get a house, and she had been sort of camping out in front of this small plot for a bit at this point, and had to log out, and then came back and was hoping it was still there, and it still was and everything. But while she was waiting, about 20 other people showed up during this time. All those people with the same free company. Not one of them really wanted a house, but they wanted a free company house. and they were waiting on that plot, and they all piled onto that sign, making it very hard to even click on it to begin with. And we're all just trying to buy the plot for their free company. And that is where I feel like there's an issue, a huge issue. We need to separate free company plots from the general population. I mean, that there would be a huge thing just to somewhat help. You know, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but there's no real recruiting tool in this game for free companies. You know, when I was playing WoW, you could go and I'm pretty sure there was like an ability to look. No, maybe not. Maybe it was a different game. Anyway, one of the games that I played, somewhere out there was this tool where you could like open up a menu, like the social menu or something, or something, and it would have a tab for guilds, essentially. You can click on it, and it will give you a list of guilds on the server that are currently, say, recruiting, you know? Yeah, I'm pretty sure WoW has it. Anyway, well, you could go in and be like, okay, well, what do we got? And you've got different guilds advertising. And of course, you still have the normal people in chat going, hey, you know, we're the AFKers looking for new players, blah, blah, blah. We're a leveling guild, yada, yada, come join us, blah, and all that other stuff. You still got that going on, of course. But it gave you another avenue for people who weren't, you know, actively looking at their chat or whatnot and be like, you know, I'm looking for something specific. I want something that RPs a lot, or I want something that deals with raiding or PvP. It allows you to go in and, you know, go look at all these things, sort stuff out by, you know, general thing, you know, what they're trying to do and stuff. And we are segueing from housing to free company issues. Anyway, we'll go back to the housing, I promise. It's relevant. It is. It really is. Anyway, but you could go in and, you know, I would like to apply for this. And they may have other things where they may have a site and stuff. And it's like, all right, well, you know, you click, go ahead and I want to apply here. But, you know, in the description it says also go here, apply there, tell us your experience and all this other stuff for ratings so we know what we're dealing with before we bring you in. And then we'll give you a trial or whatever. And, you know, I love systems like that, but I can't seem to find one in Final Fantasy. You know, if somebody wants to fill me in, please do so. But I can't find a single one anywhere in the game. And, that's a problem. So, here's my proposal. We go through these words, and we can find several free company housings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, I don't even know if I counted that one. That's the 6, 7 in this particular ward here. That's ward 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 in that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in that one, and that's just half the plots. Doesn't even include the other half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Anyway, you get my idea. Get what I'm getting at. There's a lot of plots taken by free company housing. There are free companies out there who want plots but can't get it. And then you have the general population fighting with like multiple members of a free company for a plot when it becomes available. Separate them. That's what I am proposing. So we take these 18 wards here, we leave them as is. Down here, maybe we add a few more. Let's make this an even 20 because I hate numbers that don't... it's got to be like 15 or 20. It's weird. Anyway, so let's add 19 and 20 down here. Give us 20 wards total with 60 plots. That will also give a little bit more out there for other players who come in later into the game who may want to get into there. But then, down below here, we have free company wards. We'll call them FC wards, you know. or FCW. No. Anyway, point is free company awards. And then we can have like a total of 5 of those or something. That's something that only Square's going to be able to do, unless somebody really wants to sit down and try and catalog like multiple free companies on a server to try and get a general idea of how many there are. But, you know, we're not saying that every free company needs a house, although, you know, in a perfect world it would have it. But generally, free company houses, unless the free company itself just completely dissipates, they're probably the most permanent housing that's going to be there. So maybe making enough words specifically for free company housing, so every free company house, or every free company can have a house if they save up the money to, might actually not be that bad of an idea. Because if you look at this, you know, we've got Union and Lights here. Those houses, unless every player in that free company decides to up and quit the game for a very long period of time, or dissolve the free company in total, are probably going to stay there forever, for the lifetime of this game, unless they find an upgrade and move out of this ward to another place, or given the chance to do just that, you know, or something like that. It's like the only way it's gonna happen. Meanwhile, you know, Bunny Fluffytail right below him, for all we know, that house may disappear and come back onto the market tomorrow. Because it's more likely for the individual player to quit the game and not come back. Or, you know, whatever, than it is for a free company to do so. So what we need to do is separate the two. You go ahead and you take the free companies, move them down to their own specific ward, and then that would free up a lot more housing in the general population. And then we can use it as a recruiting tool. You're looking for a free company, go to the free company wards. Go visit the free company wards and go look around. You'll have a list of at least 30 free companies per, you know, section, because, you know, it's sectioned off into 30s here at any given time, and then you can just go and you can go look, and then they can put their things down, like, you know, what are they looking for? You've got this one here. Doesn't really give us a whole lot other than, you know, the information. You can view the company profile if you want to. We live by Fat Cat, we die by Fat Cat. That's kind of funny. Anyway, tells you their focuses: dungeons, trials, casual, leveling, role-playing. You know, if you could get, I don't know, you know, putting all that into one section, that would also make it a lot easier to advertise for free companies. And then, of course, it'd be really cool if they made another item to sort of go outside the house. You know how you've got the guest sign books? Except for, instead of being like the guest sign book, it can be an application book. You can go up to it and go, hey, you know, I really, really, really want to join Fat Cat here. You know, for whatever reason, I just want to join them. Yeah, that's it. We're going to join them. Hello! But I'm going to go visit their free company house, because, you know, I don't know anybody in it. Nobody's actively looking for them in chat. And then I can go to the book and go, hey, you know, I'm so-and-so. I have an interest in RP and trials or whatever. Here's what I've done. Apply. And then somebody will get back to them. They'll send them a message going, you know, hey, we accepted you in, or no, you're just not what we're looking for, that sort of thing. And I think that would sort of fix 2 birds with 1 stone. The fact that it's hard to find free companies unless somebody is actively looking for somebody in chat to join it, or you go to an outside source, because I know somebody's going to say, well, you could go to a Facebook group or some other place, or Reddit or something. Yeah, you could, but you shouldn't have to. Anytime that you have to go to an outside source to get information or to join something when it comes to a video game, that is the game itself failing at that point. It should give you that access, that tool inside. But anyway, this way it kills 2 birds with 1 stone. You got the free company housing and its own separate ward, and you have the ability to go look at free companies and see what you're in the market for looking. It will separate free companies from the general population, freeing up a lot of space for just the normal players to go have their own house. And it will sort of, I mean, it won't fix the entire problem, but it's a good start. Anyway, that's what I got. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Until then, I will talk to you later. See ya.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment, smash that like button, and always subscribe for more. And of course, there are other videos floating around somewhere on the screen, so click one of those and see if you can find something that suits your fancy. Till then, I'll see you later. Bye.